Okay, so what I'm going to do now is look at question 2. So there's a line joins the points A, which is 2, 1, and B, which is 4, 5. The question says, find the gradient of the line AB. So in order to do that, I'm going to use the gradient formula, which you can find from your formula sheet. It says M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So once we have the formula, we just need to substitute in the values. So I'm going to start with this as being my point 1 and this as being my point 2. So when I do y2, that's going to be 5, y1 is going to be 1, then x2 is going to be 2, and x1 is going to be, x1 is going to be 2, and x2 is going to be 1. x1 is going to be 1. Let me just write it in. So m is going to be 5 minus 1 divided by 4 minus 2, which is 4 divided by 2, and then simplify that is 2. So the gradient of the line AB is 2. Okay, next it says let M be the midpoint of the line segment AB. Write down the coordinates of M. So to work out the midpoint, we need to use the midpoint formula. So M is going to be x1 plus x2 over 2, and then y1 plus y2 over 2. You can also find that on your formula sheet. So again, I'm just going to substitute in the values. So this is going to be 2 plus 4 over 2, and then 1 plus 5 over 2, which is going to be 3, 3. So in this question, then the midpoint is going to be 3, 3. Okay, next part C says find the equation of the line perpendicular to LB and passing through M. So if it's perpendicular, then that means that the gradient is going to be the negative reciprocal of the previous gradient. So the gradient of AB was 2. So the gradient of the perpendicular line is going to be the negative reciprocal of 2. So that means that M is going to be the negative reciprocal of 2. So it's going to be, make that into a fraction, so it'll be 2 over 1. Flip it up the other way, it would be 1 over 2, and then change the sign. So it's going to be negative 1/2. So what I did there is I took 2, I made that into a fraction, 2 over 1. Turn it up the other way, it would become 1 over 2, and then change the sign, the negative reciprocal. All right, so once I know that, and then I know that it passes through the point 3, 3. So what I can do now is use the point gradient form, which is I can use the y minus y1 is equal to mx minus x1. So then substitute in the values which I know. So y, and then because it goes through point M, we need to substitute in these 3's here. So it will be y minus 3 is equal to minus 1/2 x also minus 3. All right, that would be an equation. You could stop there, and that would give you all the marks. If you wanted to, however, you could tidy this up a little bit and rearrange it into the form y equals mx plus c, but it's not necessary to get the full marks. So you could then say that y minus 3 is equal to, multiply this bracket, so it would be minus 1/2 x, and then minus 1/2 times minus 3 would give me plus 3 over 2. Then I need to add this 3 to both sides and move it onto this side. So I'd say that y would equal to negative 1/2 x, and then 3 over 2 plus another 3 would be 6 over 2. So together with that 3 should give me 9 over 2. But you can use your calculator for that if you want. All right, so that there would be the answer. That there would also be an acceptable answer. So we could leave either of those, and that would get us another 6 marks.